Chapter 8. Are we downhearted? No other passengers left the train at Ipswich, and Alfie looked around, surprised by the station, which didn't seem like a station at all. There was no seating area for one thing, no ticket counters, and no shoe shine boys waiting for customers. The train had simply stopped and let Marion and Alfie climb off. "Oh, of course, this isn't the real stop," said Marion, noticing the bewildered expression on the boy's face. "But most of the trains don't pull into the real stations anymore, so there's less risk of bombing. They stop near or nearabouts, so one has to walk the rest of the way. It's actually quite convenient for us though, because the hospital isn't far from here." "But how does anyone know where to board?" asked Alfie. "Well, they just know," replied Marion with a shrug. "Word spreads. And if you don't know, then you just keep going to the next stop, wherever that may be." A narrow lane bordered by hedges guided them towards a crossroads, and from there, 3 separate paths led in different directions with no signposts to indicate which way they should go next. "Oh, they've all been taken down," explained Marion. "There's scarcely a signpost left in England, or haven't you noticed? We don't want any infiltrators to find the way about, you see. There are spies everywhere, or so we're told. I'm not convinced, but who listens to me? Lucky I have a good sense of direction. I might have been a bloodhound in another life." She chose the path to their immediate right and kept up a good pace, chattering away about this and that as Alfie ran to keep up with her. She was right though. It wasn't far to the hospital, and within a few minutes the broken stones sprouting with grass and weeds beneath their feet gave way to a more conventional road, and in front of them, finally, stood the East Suffolk and Ipswich Hospital. Alfie felt apprehensive as he stared at the imposing walls that ran around the grounds, the long driveway that led to the main hospital, and the enormous pale yellow brick building itself, which looked more like a castle than anything else. "Are you quite all right?" asked Marion. "Yes." "You sure you want to be here? There'll be another train heading back to London quite soon, you know. You could just go back to where we got off and start waving your arms around like a lunatic when you see one coming into sight. It will certainly stop for you." "Oh well, probably anyway." "I'm sure." "Should we go up together then?" she asked. "There's no point standing here and staring at it like it's a picture postcard." "I think I might wait here a little bit," replied Alfie, holding back, feeling that it might be best if they parted company now. "Nonsense! I can't leave you here all alone. Aren't you going to tell me who you're visiting anyway? And perhaps we can find a nurse or someone to help you out." "I'd prefer to go up on my own," said Alfie. "Don't you though?" Marion glanced at her watch. "Well, if you're absolutely certain," she said, "it's up to you, of course. But you'll have to find your own way back to the station later. You remember the way we came? All right then." She extended her hand once again, and this time Alfie shook it without having to be told. "Very good," she said, nodding firmly before turning her back on him and marching up the drive. He watched her for a while before stepping closer to one of the gate posts so that anyone looking out of the hospital beyond would not be able to see him. He didn't want to be spotted in case he was turned away, despite the fact he wasn't entirely sure what his next move should be. He hadn't really planned things any further than getting to the hospital, and after that, well, it was impossible to know. But there was really only one thing for it. He had to go inside.